The portions of the Torah that we're reading now are the portions from the beginning of the Torah, Breshit. And if you look into it and you study it, so much current events are in these parshiot. I'd like to focus on one theme that I'm seeing throughout these portions, something that we could really learn from and grow from. Avram has a revelation from Hashem. And it says that Hashem appeared to Avram. He is connecting to him after his circumcision, and Avram, as the Rabbi is explaining, is now meriting an unbelievable revelation from Hashem, a connection from Hashem, the highest he ever received after having their circumcision. He sees three people walking by, and he says to Hashem, Hashem, please wait. I need to take care of these three guests. So the question we need to ask is, how is Avram allowed to do this? How is Avram allowed to talk to Hashem, have a meeting with Hashem, and ask him to wait? We would never do that if we were meeting a president or a king. We wouldn't ask him to wait to take care of the guests, but Avram did. What was Avram's logic and reason? What was his source to do such a thing? So our rabbis explain that Avram understood. What's greater than talking to Hashem? What's greater than connecting to Hashem? What can be greater? What can be greater is to emulate Hashem, to be godlike. God is a giver. God is constantly giving. He created the world to give. He created everything to be a giver. So we can emulate Hashem by being a giver. So Avram at this point is connecting and receiving greatness from Hashem. And now he has a chance to be a giver. So Avram says, I rather not receive from Hashem the greatest levels. I rather be like Hashem, be a giver, be the one who's giving, and have guests. And this is what Avram did. And he teaches us that the goal of each Jewish life, and each human being really, and each Jew for sure among us, is to be the ultimate giver that we can be, to be a notain, to be a giver. We see this throughout Avram Avinu's life, that he's constantly giving and constantly helping. We see this with the war that he had against the four kings in order to save his nephew Lot. We see this with all of our forefathers, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. They're all givers, and they're all trying to be and emulating Hashem. This week's portion, we read about Rivka, Imenu. We read about how Eliezer, that's the servant of Avram, picks a wife for his master's son, Yitzchak. And what is the one character trait he's looking for? He's looking for the character trait of kindness. Again, this is Avram Avinu's hallmark. To be part of Avram Avinu's family, Eliezer says, I must test this girl if she's going to be a kind lady. But not only a kind lady, not only doing kindness on a small scale, but kindness on a big scale. How does he test her? If she's going to give him to drink, and she's going to give his 10 camels to drink. And that's what she does. So she was merited to be part of, Rivka Imenu merited to be part of Avram Avinu's family through the trait of kindness. Again, being giver. And the word gamal, Hebrew, which is for camel, is the same word as gomel. Gomel is being a giver. Gomel, gemilut chasidim. Gomel chesed, a person who gives kindness. So we can emulate this trait, and we do. And if you look around in Jewish history, all of the kindness that Jews have done and are still doing. Sodom. Let's look at the opposite of a giving community. Sodom. Sodom was destroyed because they were the antithesis. They were the opposite of the trait of Avram Avinu, of being a giver. Their ideology was survival of the fittest. No chesed, no kindness. That was the law. And at one point, Hashem says, I have no other choice but to have to destroy them. And what is the neighborhood that Hashem destroyed? What area is that? Sodom today? That's the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea, where there's no life. And the Dead Sea receives water from the Sea of Galilee and the Jordan. It receives. It doesn't give off. There's no life in there. If you are just a receiver and you're not a giver, you're dead. That's the Dead Sea. So, in this time, in this difficult time that we're in, Jews, we could help each other by being givers to each other, by connecting to another Jew, by being a giver in any which way that we can be a giver. We're going to B'ezrat Hashem, give strength to the Jews in Israel, the soldiers in Israel, the hostages to come out, and all the Jews around the world to be safe. Shabbat Shalom, and have a great, great, great Shabbat. Thank you.